So the big question is, how does visualization help you improve your performance? I'm Michael Brook, and I'm help expert entrepreneurs to create, market and sell their own online digital courses so that they can scale and simplify their business. This is my dog Jem, and he's often next to me when I'm doing recordings or when I've got phone calls with customers. So this is Jem. Now, in terms of visualization, I wanted to talk to you about how it helps improve your performance. But in order to illustrate this, and I wasn't really sure whether to talk about this, but I'm going to do, because it's going to honor a really good man and a really good friend. Unfortunately, in the last few weeks, we lost a very good friend of ours called Alan Miller. Alan Miller worked at Holcombe, near where I live, and he used to play in goal for Arsenal. And me and Alan spent many a conversation talking about performance, because he was an elite athlete and an elite footballer playing for a first-rate team. He knew a lot about performance, and he knew a lot about enhancing performance. And me and him used to talk about this sort of thing for hours and hours and hours, because it was something that we were both passionately interested in. And Alan used to tell me that when he had a bad game, so, maybe he'd made a mistake or it hadn't gone well, every time he'd had a bad game, he would go back to the ground, stand in the goal mouth where he would have been stood, and visualize what it would have been like if it had been different, if it had been a different outcome, if it had been more successful. And he used to go through it time and time and time again, repeating the behavior in his mind, visualizing, repeating the behavior and the action that he would have wanted to take had it been a winning performance. And every time he did that, he never missed. He would always go back to the ground, stand in the goal mouth, and play it through like a movie in his mind till he could see himself getting it right time and time and time again. That's the power of visualization. He would never want to let it, just say, well, shrug his shoulders and say, well, whatever. He wanted to make sure the next time he was in that goal mouth, all those demons were gone. And he'd exercise those demons, using visualization. And I think that's such an important thing to understand, how that can work for you. The reason why visualization works is because when you start to run it through like a movie in your mind, you're actually using exactly the same neurology you do when you actually do it for real. So just by imagining what the performance will look like, and this works in the future as well as working retrospectively like Alan Miller did there. This is about putting it forward. So, you can rehearse something mentally well before you do it. And the more accurately you rehearse it mentally before you actually do it, the more chance you have of getting it right, because you are actually using exactly the same neurology to rehearse it in your mind as you would do to do it. And that's one of the reasons why visualization works so well. Anyway, that's it from me for now. I'm going to be doing more of these Scale Your Business shows. If you'd like to find out more about how I can help you to create, market and sell an online course, well, why not just give me a call? All you need to do, I've got a banner here somewhere, but as what it's like, can't find it when you need it. Here it is. So you can book a clarity call with me, and what we will do on that clarity call is we will talk about your business. We'll talk about your perfect prospect. We'll talk about what your perfect prospect is like in terms of their demographic and their psychographic. We'll also talk about what their pain and their problem is, so that you can work out what your perfect solution would be, that you can create a process and make into an online course. And all you need to do to have this free coaching call with me is just to go to the URLs on the screen there, 3wsmeocall.uk, and you can book yourself straight into my diary, and we'll have that conversation about how you can think about scaling and simplifying your business by creating marketing and selling an online digital course. Okay, that's it for me for now, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.